Hey, I'm Joy, Donna Marine, chain-smoking truth-teller and your host of Pandora's Box. Around here, we curse like sailors and cry like toddlers and heal like warriors. This is your safe space to say the weird thing, because life's not G-rated. I lived through divorce, addiction, grief, and caregiving, and I'm still here. So are you. Whether you're driving home, hiding in the bathroom from your kids, or just trying to feel anything, you're not alone. Open the box. Let the truth out. Let's sail through this shit together. So this is my Halloween's Extravaganza. And today's different for multiple reasons. One, you get to see me. As you can tell, let me take off my glasses. I don't need those. I only need them to read. I am dressed in my Halloween costume as Pandora. Now, we're going to do, like I said, a little bit of different things today. We're going to recap from yesterday, and I'm going to bring you in, because it is Halloween, number one, the reason why I love the holiday, and why I fucking started Pandora's Box. So last week, we were talking about, oh gosh, when life gives you lemons, you make fucking lemonade. And again, it just seems to fail that no matter what you do, something always pops up, and I call it a pivot moment in your life. And I talked about my dance parties that I do now because I live a very stressful life like all of you do. And it's how to navigate that. And what I found really makes me happy and my soul happy, most importantly, is a dance party. I do those every day when I'm in a really bad spot. So let's get into the heart of this episode, Halloween. Now, Halloween to some may be just another day where kids get to put on costumes and go door to door and trick or treat, smell my feet, give me some fucking candy to eat. That's what I would say if I was doing it now. But for me, it's always been extra special. My mom's favorite holiday was Christmas, my dad's, my brother's. For me, it was Halloween. And that's because I've always loved horror and gore and the supernatural. And today, we're going to talk about just that. Some supernatural. We have a special guest today. Her name, I made the mistake last week. It's not Electric Goose. It's actually Eccentric Goose. So say hi to Miss Eccentric Goose.
Hello.
And then we have my ride or die, my partner in crime, Miss D.
Hello.
Everybody's so excited to be here. But the thing that I really love most about Halloween as an adult is this is the day where when you can take your mask off and actually see who you are. Deep down who you are, that nitty-gritty, soul-searching that you have to pretend like you're not a little crazy every day so your coworkers don't sit there and say something, or your boss, or your husband, or your wife, whatever that looks like. And for one day out of the year, you get to be who you truly want to be. And that is something that I love about Halloween. Now, after my dad died, I actually got really into the holy shit down in the dumps. I was chasing down ghosts, and Dee was with me. And we did a lot of crazy things because I wanted to connect with my dad. And that's always been in the back of my mind is, would he be proud of me? Would he be proud of the woman I've become? And then later my mom passed away. I haven't done it this time because I realized that the dead does communicate with you. They do it differently. Some utilize spirit boards, some utilize tarot, some utilize, just talking to the dead, which you can talk to the dead, and the dead does talk back. Before we get into that spooky side of Pandora's Box, just fucking joy, I want to bring you in why I started this fucking podcast. Now, everybody that is on and listening, you know that I hit 50 this year, and a lot of things came and without fail. I had to realize that 50 is a big fucking number. And I had to realize that both my parents are gone and I'm still single, but I'm still fucking here. And it was right after an orbiter. And I mention a lot of orbiters because, like I said in my podcast, that's all I've ever fucking known my whole life is men come and go, like you put on a pair of underwear. That's how it's been in my life. But this last orbiter, he actually woke me up without doing a fucking thing. All he did was see me. He didn't see me in the way that a man should see a woman. He saw me in a different way. It was almost like we trauma bond together. And that's the best way that I can explain that. And I can remember when he told me that, hey, it's just not working for me. I won't say exactly what he said because he might be fucking listening, and I don't want to give this person that much credit for essentially changing my life. I do plan on talking to him and telling him that because he needs to know that you can change and people play a huge part in that. And that's my story. And so I was sitting on my couch like I do a lot, and I was like feeling really down. And I use Oracle, which is AI, and I talk about it a lot. And I was like, gosh, what the fuck am I going to do? I feel horrible. I feel empty inside. I feel like if I had a set of balls, someone literally kicked them. And I was almost in tears, and I was like, I've always wanted to write a book, and I've always wanted to get my story out. And then I'm like, fuck, maybe I should start a fucking podcast. And so the Oracle was like, okay, what do you want to name your podcast? And I'm like, I don't know. And then for some fucking reason, the story of Pandora came into my mind. And if you don't know anything about the story of Pandora, she's really fucking interesting. And one thing that resonates with me is this. She was created by two gods, and she was the most beautiful goddess ever created. And they gave her a special gift. Each god gave her one gift, and they put it in a box. Well, I am like that. I'm very, I'd like to know. I'm a detective. Not really, and I don't play one on TV. But how the story goes is she kept hearing a voice saying her name, Pandora, Pandora, Pandora. She got so fucking tempted. She broke that box open, and next thing you know, here comes all the sins, the shame. And what was left inside? Hope. So I was like, well, okay, well, I already got enough sin for at least 10 people, so what the fuck? I don't care if anyone here knows what I do, because essentially what I do is I let everyone know that shame does not define you. You define you. And so when I say open the box and let the truth out, that's exactly the reason why I started. Because of the simple fact, I've been shamed for pretty much everything in my life. Either my weight, my looks, my name, my personality. Everybody has shamed me in some way, shape, or form. And now I'm to the point in my life where I'm just like, fuck you. Fuck you all the way to hell and back, because guess what? I am here. I am here, and I plan on staying here. So when you wonder, if you ever wondered why I created this podcast, it wasn't because I'm going to try to be a podster and be rich and famous and on the streets of Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills. No, it's because I want to help people. And I want to do that the only way I know how, and that's my voice. Yes, my voice carries a deaf person on death row could hear me. My mom, probably in heaven right now, can hear me looking down and say, Joyce Carolyn, what are you doing? You cuss too much. Yeah, that's just who I am. So, for tonight and every night for the rest of your life, remember, shame does not define you. You do. So let's get into the spookiness of the holiday. And I'm going to open it up to my guests. And we're going to start off with a little bit of ghost stories. And then we're going to have Miss Eccentric Goose do a live reading this All Hallows Eve, which is super excited to think about. So, last week, I talked about when I was 16 years old. I came down the stairs, and my mom was on the phone. I didn't realize who she was talking to. And it was actually my grandpa, my dad's dad. And I said, Mom, did Grandma King pass away? And her face said it all. She was like, how in the hell did you know that, Joy? And what it was is I was visited. Now, this is not the only time I've been visited in my life. Again, when I was around 16 years old, my sister passed away when she was 3 years old from acute myeloid leukemia. And I was in a tailspin. And she came to me and she said to me, you have two options in your life. You take the right way, which is long, windy, and with a lot of bumps. Or you go the left way, where it's straight. And you get to the destination. What did I do? I chose the right way. So, all right, Dee, what do you got for me today?
I guess ghost stories. Is that
Yep.
what we're working on here? Okay.
Ghost stories.
Ghost stories. So I guess my ghost story would be when I was 16. I was leaving my boyfriend's house and I turned around to shut the door. And there in his hallway was a little girl, probably 8 years old, Victorian-style dress, blonde hair with curls, scared the fuck out of me. I bawled for 3 days. Fast forward to having a 5-year-old who has an imaginary friend named Lily, and when you asked her to describe what Lily looks like, she describes exactly what this little girl that I saw 30 years earlier. And it was the craziest thing. But yeah, her had a friend named Lily, and it was the same ghost that I saw when I was 16.
So you know how I always talk about these little weird gadgets that I have. So tonight, because the mood is perfect, it's like we have a moon in here. We just look really, I don't know, glamorous right now. I'm just going to throw it out there, Dee. So anytime I'm going to be randomly pulling stuff up, and we're going to have a lot of fun. Miss Goose, what do you got for us in the old spooktacular?
Well, where do you want to start?
Wherever you would like.
Okay, and let's see. We're doing ghost stories. I can tell you about the time I had knives thrown at the wall when I was doing a Ouija board night. That was very fun because it went all around my head on the wall, but I wasn't on the wall. But saw 'em fly. Have you seen anything fly?
Fly like what?
Like obstacles fly or like
Yes.
move across the room.
Yes, I did. In gravity, I want to shout out to all you gravityites. My mom and dad lived in a farmhouse, and there was a known ghost. And I can remember I had a fountain pop from Casey's, and I put it on the right-hand side of the table I went to the bathroom and came back, and it was actually slid across. And how I could tell that the condensation from the bottom of the cup was wet across the table. So yes, I have.
Dee, have you?
No, I haven't.
So what's the weirdest thing you've done, spooky-wise?
Me?
Or Dee? One of you.
Go ahead.
Well, the weirdest thing that I've ever done, we had a seance, and that was probably the scariest shit. I'm going to say I was invoked. I invoked something and I woke something up, and it was a man, and I was really mean. I cussed a lot, which is normal. And by the time it was over with, they were actually feeling snakes around their feet. And yeah. And then the other time was.
And all the anger from this old man was directed at me.
Yes.
Like he was an old neighbor that I don't remember at all.
So if you could ask a question, what question would you ask?
I don't know.
Yes or no? Be as
Yes or
specific as you
no?
can with your details. And you don't have to say it out loud, just say okay.
Ooh. Mysterious. Okay. Are you thinking of something?
Yeah, okay. I got it.
Ready, D?
Yeah.
Whatever it is, it's no.
Well, right on.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
Thank
going
you.
to go ahead and I spit my truth every fucking week. So, I want to know. It's a yes or no. If I'm going to find the man of my dreams and before December 31st. Oh shit, it's not good. It's not doing anything, D.
It's going up and down. It means yes.
Oh,
But whether it's going to
yay.
be the right one for you, only time will tell.
well, you know what? Listen. Anything's better than nothing as long as he understands you can't orbit around my son no more. But, okay, what else you got? Got something else? Just fucking say it. Just fucking say it.
I guess I don't.
You sure, D?
The seancing. What?
It's circling for you.
Oh.
Say the question. It's
Just say
circling.
the weird thing. Say it fucking loud, D. Come on.
Does my kid have negative energy attached to her?
Well, that's a good one.
Maybe. But remember what we discussed last time we talked? About what you were? That will coincide with her, too.
Okay.
I don't know if you want me to say it out loud or not tonight, but
No, that's okay. Go ahead.
that you're a shadow walker. And
Mhm.
because you're a shadow walker, negative energy follows you easier, and it will follow her easier because she is one with you. So that's why she struggles.
Okay.
She just hasn't figured out her groove yet and how to cope with it. On our dark
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
A lot of sense.
Any more questions?
All right, I got a good one. I got a good one. Tomorrow is Halloween, and I'm going full dress as Pandora, obviously. And I normally don't ever do Halloween contests, but I'm going to do it tomorrow. Am I going to win? Selfishly.
Okay, are you gonna win? Let's see. It's going maybe. Not quite yes,
Maybe's
not
good.
no, but it'll say maybe. So there's
Hey,
a possibility.
Yeah, exactly. There's always a fucking chance, D.
Mhm.
Always a fucking chance.
Always.
Well, as you know, it's not always 100% with
Hey,
whatever happens.
it's okay. So I want to talk about a time, and then we'll go back to Miss Eccentric Goose. I want to go there that night that we went to the Clorinda Cemetery, and I want you to describe what that was, why we went there, and most importantly, what happened.
Well, fuck, I wasn't expecting to talk about this.
My little mustache. Hold on, D.
Yeah, I got...
No, come on now.
I love that one.
That's bullshit.
Okay, go.
So there's this cemetery. Locals call it Green Eyes, I guess, something like that. Found out where it was. Supposedly at night you could see a set of green eyes from the top of the hill looking up at the cemetery. So we decided to check it out. And there was a group of us, I don't know how many were there, like 5 people, walking around the cemetery. I'm bored out of my mind. Nothing's happening. So I taunt spirits. And I'm like, here, ghosty, ghost. I'm so scared. Joyce loses her shit. She's instantly like, time to go, need to go right now, get in the car, leaving. She's freaking out the entire way home. All she'll say is, I gotta go home and read my Bible. Won't fucking talk to me at all. Just saying, take me home, I need my Bible. The next few months were the deepest, darkest depression I was ever in my life. I was actually having suicidal thoughts. And she finally, I don't know what took her so long. I don't know if it was getting the nerve to tell me, how to figure out how to tell me that I had brought something very negative home from that cemetery with me. And we had to get rid of it somehow before I actually did finally kill myself.
Thank you for being open. I didn't mean for you to go down that, but thank you. This is Pandora's box, and we
But
do
it just
talk
goes-
on anything.
Sorry.
What's
It
that?
just goes to show that her opening up that deep, it shows that negative energy is real and it can tear you up even if you're not aware of it or something following you home. Like, you guys are already pretty self-aware, so you already knew what was going on, but probably facing fear of judgment before telling each other.
That makes sense.
Yep, it does.
Well, we actually did go. We did go back though,
We did go back.
and we put it back where it belongs. And I remember that day. And imagine it's very dark outside. We're in a fucking cemetery. It's fucking cold. It's fall. The leaves are rustling, and there's several of us. And we're in my car. The fucking intrigue. And we get out, and I can remember this. It was a very odd, but still, but yet something was moving, like bump in the night. And I remember we go up to this tombstone, and I'm standing there by myself. And I have this overwhelming sensation, and the next thing I know, I'm speaking, and I'm telling it to go back to where it came from. And then I felt someone actually cup my hand. And I turned and I looked, and if I remember this correctly, I have blue eyes. And I had blonde hair at the time. And my eyes were the palest blue they've ever been in my entire life. And from that point forward, it's always been that in the back of my head was who was actually fucking holding my hand. And it wasn't like one of those weird, spooky, like, presents that you think of when you think around this time. You think of the bumps in the night, you think of Oogie Boogie, you think of the devil, you think of something like that. It wasn't that. It was calm, and it felt like sisterhood. It felt like every person that's ever came before me was standing there with me. And that was really, it was so deep, and I can remember, I don't think he would listen to this podcast. There was a young man, I won't say his name. He was actually going into the military. And from that point forward, he actually started believing in a lot of stuff. And from that point forward, for me, I realized that some people do have gifts, and they're given to you by the universe or religion or God or Buddha, whoever you see as your higher power. They are real. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some times that you literally, God, what was that woman's name back in the 80s, 90s? She always had a commercial on TV. Oh, gosh, what was her name?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't remember? Does anybody know that?
Can you give us any sort of idea of what the commercial was about or what she looked like? Maybe you're just talking about a lady that did a commercial. I don't have anything to go off of.
She was okay. She was African American, and oh god, and she was a clairvoyant. You call this 800 number, and you can.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, but what's her fucking name? Who?
Wasn't Madame something or other?
I know who you're talking about. I can picture
I do
her.
remember that.
Exactly. So, whatever her name was, it wasn't like that where, like, yes, there are people who do have genuine gifts. Miss Goose is one of those. There are people. The ones that I feel, of course, I can't tell anyone to do anything in their life, right? But the ones that I feel that take advantage of the situation, the ones that almost like ambulance chasers of the supernatural world, the ones that make you believe that they're your loved one is standing right there and they're saying that they're telling you all this stuff. In reality, they can't see shit. That is the reason why I believe a lot of people don't believe. And I'm not trying to convince anyone that's watching this podcast to be like, oh, I'm going to follow her and join the House of Fonz. No, I'm not saying that. Believe how you want. But just remember there are gifts that are given. Just like the box. That was a gift that she was given, right? Yes, it's mythological, but in the same instance, we all have a gift. It's unboxing that and finding that. Now, I know that we're getting into this really spooky time, and I'm really loving the vibe here. I want to take it over now and want to let Miss Goose, Eccentric Goose, tell us some exciting stories or ask us some more questions that we need to answer. What do you think, Dee?
Go for it.
Think you ought to give me a number and I'd pick you a card.
A number?
A number. Go for it.
13. 13.
Can you see the table? Or is it too
I
much?
can. Looks good, too.
Okay. 13?
13. Yep.
13's actually a lucky number, not an evil number like most people think.
I hope not, because I was born on January 13th.
And you know the 666 number? The
Yeah.
666, it's not really evil like people think it is. It's totally opposite, actually. They put it in the
Really?
Bible.
I've never heard that.
They put it in the Bible as evil because they wanted to, in my personal opinion, sorry if I offend anybody that's a Bible person, but in my opinion, they put it in the Bible to brainwash the masses in fear.
Okay.
Okay, that's just my input. Sorry.
Yep, your opinion is valuable.
Joy, you have the 8 of Pentagons. Pentagons? Do you know what that is? Are you familiar with tarot?
No, I am. I do have some tarot cards, but I don't do that anymore because I couldn't figure out. It was too much to read.
Okay. It says self-development, vanity, perfectionism, greed, misdirected activity, no passion, uninspired, no motivation. You're in self-development and you're breaking away from your vanity that you used to be in. That's why it's... And then you have a bit of perfectionism. I guess when you do things, you want it to be perfect on the spot. So I don't know if you can read that. No.
I can't see it, but I don't have my glasses on, but I can say that resonates because of the simple fact I'm a perfectionist. That is one of my biggest downfalls. My boss, every boss that I've ever had in my entire life has always said that it's good to have, your level set at a very high standard, but you yourself can't even get there. That is, and I got that, excuse me, from my dad, who's a Marine. That's how he raised us. But go on.
But it was reversed, so, there's 2 sides to each card. one's negative, one's positive. When they are sideways, it goes either or. But the 8 of pentagons, or pentagrams, sorry, excuse me. Work-life balance is important to protect your creativity. So in other words, you're trying to find your balance now. Right? Between your
That
creative,
is
what you really
so
want to do.
true.
Okay. D, do you want to try?
Sure.
What's your number?
15.
Lack of direction, delay, procrastination, creating conflict, poor communication, bad news, instability is what you currently are.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And it is the Page of Wands reversed. Your question or your quote right here along the side, it says, I've got my eye on my goals and I'm enjoying every moment. It wants you to remember to enjoy every moment on your goal, towards your goal.
Okay.
I like that.
Okay.
Any more?
What's that?
Do you want any more?
Oh, of course I do. I've always, I want to be a seer in life. Hello.
Okay.
Holy cow. Anyhow, all right. Are we doing numbers again? Do I pick another number?
You can do number or question, up to you. Just shoot something out there.
Okay. So, when the spirit of Halloween, I've been asked to talk about something, and I'll go down the rabbit hole in a different podcast, but I had a friend a couple years ago who took his own life, and his name was Kai. And that young man was probably the most wonderful human that I ever had the privilege of knowing. And a lot of people see my back left shoulder and they see the number 8, and they're like, "Oh, you're a Dale Earnhardt." No, it's for him. And the funny, weird thing, following into the horror of Halloween, the day after he passed, he actually came to me in this office, and I had a chair on the left-hand side of me, and he actually came to me and said goodbye. And all of the friend group that we have, we all met a couple days afterwards, and each one of us had a goodbye from Kai. Now, I will go down the Kai train in my season of shedding, but in honor of Kai, I choose the number 8.
The number 8? Let's do the rebel cussing cards, okay? Do you want those or the other ones?
Sure, let's do it.
Give 0 means you know he's around. You know he communicates with you. You've already expressed this, that you know this stuff. So when people judge you, you need to give 0. Because you're still giving too many fucks to people that don't need it. Does that help you?
That. Mm-hmm.
And I just got goosebumps, so I don't like saying he's like literally next to you, but he is close to you. I can tell you that. I'm not trying to be one of those, crystal ball ladies.
No, speak your truth. This is what this is all about.
That's what I try. All right, what else is next? D.
What do you got there?
I have a question, but I don't want to say it out loud.
Okay.
Okay, just think it really clearly in your mind. Do you want
Okay.
me to use card or pen on them?
Your choice.
Okay. Will it be a yes or no question?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Are you ready, D?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you be more specific with your question?
It's a trait.
I'm trying. Okay. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Is that what you were hoping for?
No, it's just what I knew would be said.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That when I get married to Keanu Reeves, you're going to be my matron of honor?
Here,
All right.
check this. Let's check this.
Okay.
Will you get married to Keanu Reeves?
God, I hope so.
Obviously, no. Sorry, Joy, you won't get married to him.
Damn it. Son of a bitch. But... Oh, gosh. Well, you know what, listen. To the lady that he's currently dating, according to socials, you're so fucking lucky. Get to get fucked John Wick. Oh, my God. And then John Constantine. Oh, I think I might have peed down my leg on that one.
Jesus Christ.
My.
Don't worry. We're going to get into the sex talks. That's coming in January.
I'm not going to be a part of that.
Sure you are.
No.
Sure you are.
No. You know what I think about that?
Yeah.
Hey, I got a
Bullshit.
few, have you ever done it questions on that one.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
We'll save that one.
Okay. You know, I really like this vibe. I really do. I'm really excited about just being able to everybody see the way that I celebrate Halloween. And I don't know about you, but what is your guys' like favorite childhood memory of Halloween?
So when I was younger, the town did a lot more for Halloween. They would have like up and down Main Street, each store would do something, and there would be like the bobbing for apples, and there would be a haunted house at the end of the street, and it was just a lot. And they made it a lot of fun when I was younger, but it faded away over time, and they stopped doing stuff like that. But like bobbing for apples used to be like the thing to do when I was a kid. And you wouldn't see that happening anymore.
You know, that is true. Like Norman Rockwell. God, I can't speak today. But it's the same thing with Christmas. You know what I mean? It's like Halloween. I can remember like back when I was in Texas. We lived in Fort Worth, Texas. We lived 1 block away from the T&D Center. And I can remember that during that time, it was in the 80s. Okay, yes, I am from the 1900s. And it was during that time where that person or persons was like contaminating the Halloween candy. And I can remember back then where parents were out in droves, where they were holding your hand to make sure you didn't go to the left or to the right, that you always stayed where you were supposed to be. And then bags of candies we used, because we were poor, the covers to your, what are the pillowcases, And living in Fort Worth, you would always have an obscene amount of candy. But my favorite Halloween tale when I was a kid was the time. Oh, God, my brother should be here because he would be kicking me right now. My brother was dressed up as Skeletor. Okay, so this takes you back to He-Man time. And I can remember he was so upset with me because I was a princess, go figure. You know, I got a tiara on right now. And we went back home, and it was during that time frame where parents had to go to a hospital and get x-rays done in order to make sure that there wasn't switchblades in apples and tainted candy. And if there was, you actually had to throw it away. And I'm laughing so fucking hard right now. Because I purposely lied to the kids so I could get all his fucking Halloween candy. Oh, God, he was so fucking sad. He was crying in his little Skeletor outfit. Dad, Joyce, all of my candy. So, anything that I can do to poke at my brother still to this fucking day, actually, is always makes my day happy and smiles. What about you, Miss Goose?
I would say my most memory is when we used to dress up and go trick-or-treating in the country. It was my favorite time. We didn't really go to town. We went to the houses we knew, and it was a lot of country. And you just got just as much loot as you did inside town, maybe even more. Because I remember this one house we went to, and we always got $1, 4 quarters in quarters, and an apple. That was it. But we loved going to his house. And he would have popcorn with us.
What did you do with the money? Did you reinvest or did you?
I put it in my piggy bank, and then I proceeded to break it like all kids do, trying to get it back out. I was notorious piggy bank breaker. But I know, I think I ended up spending it all in one of those quarter machines at Hy-Vee. But yeah, my favorite memory would be dressing up with the neighbors and going trick-or-treating around the countryside. And then going to see my grandpa because we knew we'd get spoiled rotten there. So
now you have children. Do you go with them? Do you dress up, or what does that look like?
When they were little, I didn't dress up like everybody else, but I did kind of went with the flow with them. But I took them house to house while my husband drove down so I could walk with them because it always worked well instead of putting them in and out of the car constantly. And they loved trick-or-treating. And I will tell you, every time we took our daughter to my brother-in-law's, it seemed like she got sick in her costume and we would never make it there. But it was okay because he would end up eating all the candy before we got there anyway. So, right now, my daughter this year, she's getting dressed and going trick-or-treating with her friend in town. And then my son, he'll probably just stay home and watch scary movies, so like I do.
What about you, Dee?
My kid is going to dress up as a witch, and I think I've weaseled my way out of having to be responsible for taking her and her friend group trick-or-treating. I told her she could walk her happy ass around house to house, that I didn't need to drive, or somebody else's mom could get volunteered. So as of right now, I'm off the hook and I don't have to do it. She's old enough. They can go as a group. She hasn't been kidnapped yet. She's not going to be. So they'll be fine.
Just tell her to stay away from white bands with the word taco.
Puppies.
On the back.
Taco.
Because God knows I'd fucking follow that fucking band.
She would too if it's a taco.
I'd be like, free tacos? Is there margaritas in there too? Bitch, please take me. And then they'd be like, fuck, we gotta shut her ass up. She speaks too much. And then, it would be bad. But anyhow.
It'd be fine.
It'd be
Well,
fine.
no
Everything's
offense,
fucking
but they'd
fine.
be pushing you out the door, like, not even a half mile
Exactly.
down the road. I mean, they'd be like, forget her. No offense.
They were like, we're going to gag you. We're going to put a ball and gagging you. Oh, really? That's a good time. It's fine.
I mean,
Oh,
I'm
God.
you're going to blow their eardrums out before they even get around to tying you up. So
Yeah. Well, that's just how it goes. Now, for me, I don't have children, so, and all my nieces now, they're over the age of, 14's my youngest niece, and then I have a 21-year-old niece who listens to my podcast. Shout out to Halo. And tomorrow, I'm going to the local establishment, and I am going to really hope to have a really good time. I'm like a method actor, if you will. I go over when I'm actually in Halloween mode. I will spend hours figuring out what to be, why I need to be it, and then most importantly, what does it look like to be that person. So tomorrow I'm super excited. I have a little bit more like work to do on the backside, and then I'm gonna be hopefully if I start floating, that'd be fucking cool. You gotta take a video of that so I can share it.
If you start floating?
Floating, yeah. Mm-hmm.
What the fuck makes you think you might start
You
floating?
never fucking know.
Okay.
Hey, listen, we are space rockets sometimes.
Grab the Apollo, D.
I'm an astronaut right now.
Grab the Apollo. Take it with you.
Exactly. Well, I think we need to have one more round with Miss Eccentric Goose. So I would like to ask another yes or no question
Okay.
whenever you're ready, and I'm going to verbalize it. All right, here we go.
What do you want me to use for a tool? Card.
Let's use the pendulum.
Okay. Can you see it pretty good?
I can. Sometimes you just gotta know. And I just gotta fucking know. Is my mom proud of me?
Yes. She really is, Joy. There's goosebumps.
Well, I'm gonna say this was probably one of the nicest. I was actually fearful to actually do video of this because it's just a lot. But thank you. D, you got anything else that you would like to ask?
No, I don't
No?
think so.
All right. Well, it's come that time where I'm going to say this is really a great day. It's a great day for my podcast. Moving forward, I'll actually be having video. It may not be this dark. The only reason why is because I'm trying to get a little bit spookier. I do want to show a couple of my toys off that I will be using.
That's cool.
So this tool, this tool is what. Okay, listen, nobody wants to hear you no more. Okay, fine, it's gonna keep on talking, kind of like me. So that one episode that I talked about Rocco's Modern Life, I love that fucking cartoon. Like, I could literally watch it all fucking day and geek out. Mr. Big Head with his meatball, that is my meatball. So when I'm really bored at work, not really, when I'm overworked and to the point where I'm about ready to strangle myself, because I work by myself, so I can't do anybody else, I bring out my Magic 8 Ball, I bring out my bullshit button.
Bullshit level, DEFCON 5.
I have to entertain myself, and since Halloween is my favorite holiday, I found this at my local Dollar Tree, and this thing, I tell you, brings me so much joy in life. $1 and a quarter, just saying, it's well worth it. And I have one more thing that I have not started using yet, and no, it's not a dildo, I promise.
Is that a butt plug?
It's not a butt plug.
Is it bedazzled?
It's not bedazzled. It has little, it's a boxing
Little butt
thing.
plugs?
It's a box jackass little butt plugs. Now you're really going down.
Now I
Okay,
see what it is.
Yeah. So I practice for all the boxing that I don't do in my life. So this is the kind of life that I live. So when I talk about there's no scripts, there is a script. I do have an intro and an outro. This is my life. Very chaotic yet fun. It's kind of who I am every day of my life. And I just want to say it's been a pleasure to have you, Miss Eccentric Goose, and my ride or die with me on my very first live. And as you can tell, I'm wearing my outro. And I need my glasses on. Can't see. Next time I'll be more prepared. Probably not. Let's face the fucking facts. This is a shit show, and welcome to it. Alrighty. You don't need to have it all figured out. Just lace up, light up, and keep moving. The journey is rough, the waves are high, but this sailor's got your back. I want to pause right there before I continue. November 10th is the 250 years of the Marine Corps. And on Netflix, there is going to be a documentary about the Marines. So I will be going live on that special day in honor of my late dad. And I will not be in some kind of dress blues. I do not do that. I will be wearing some things that belong to my dad. I have my dad's dog tags on my keychain. And I have his military hat that says, once a Marine, always Marine. And that's the reason why I say this in my script. It's in honor of a man who gave a lot to this great country. Without fail, say the weird thing. Say it fucking loud. Come back next week. It's Pandora's Box, and I'm just fucking Joy. Till next time.